Wednesday night in Las Vegas. Las Vegas Lights hosting Oakland Roots, presented by the Castro Verde Law Group. Las Vegas looking to get a win. Cal Jennings on loan from LAFC trying to bring the goals as Las Vegas looks to get some payback against Oakland. A very good evening to you alongside former Houston Dynamo midfielder Andrew Driver. I'm Matt Peterson. It's been a young team as of late for Steve Turundolo in Las Vegas Lights, but some reinforcements tonight with Cal Jennings, Daniel Crisostomo, and Marco Farfan down from LAFC.
Yeah, it's been a tough stretch, hasn't it, for the Lights? 6 defeats in a row. The likes of Jennings and Crisostomo couldn't come at a better time. They need that experience, and they need those guys to really perform tonight to get the Lights back on track.
Let's look at Cal Jennings. What he has done has been outstanding this year for Las Vegas. 13 appearances on loan, 7 goals to his name.
Yeah, he scored all those goals, but his performance has been fantastic. You see here a good striker's goal, sprinting across the front post and a nice finish. But he has the pace, the power, and when he's on form and you get the ball to him, he can turn. You see here, I highlight him. He turns a defender. This is what he does so well: is he turns a defender in tight areas. And you see, he found the nice little slot in the bottom corner to score the goal. But that's what he can do when there's no real danger. He can turn the defender. He can score goals. And the Lights really need him to continue to do that. And if they want to get away out of this six-game losing streak, they need him to perform tonight.
As for Oakland, one of the surprise runs of the season, unbeaten in 6 before a loss at Tampa Bay on the weekend, and they're doing it with a team effort. Yeah,
they're definitely in form, aren't they? They're one of the form teams in the league. A disappointing result against Tampa Bay, but in the Pacific Division, they're getting results. And you see here, 5 different players scoring the last 6 goals. They're spreading the load, and when you play against a team like that, it's difficult because you don't really know who to defend against and who the danger man is. So they'll be looking to continue their good form.
And they are scoring goals. 3 against Vegas in the win at Cashman August 21st, 3 a few days later in an upset of Phoenix. It's Las Vegas and Oakland lineups and kickoff when we come back.
Whoever you are, you're one of us. Whatever you want, we'll get you there. If you're not like anyone else, you're just what we're looking for. It's time to enroll in your future. Nevada State College.
Just like these canyons were carved by wind and water, our lives are shaped by the experiences we have, and there's nobody we'd rather adventure with than each other. Mountain biking is a tough sport. Challenges seem like opportunity. The uphill grind pays off when you fly through the downhill. Our Subaru Crosstrek takes us everywhere. There's no road untraveled, no trail unseen.
Maintain the love with complimentary maintenance when you purchase or lease a new Subaru. SubaruLasVegas.com.
Believe me, with a head as big as yours, there's nothing better than the Highlander. The Highlander will seat up to 8 people.
Ooh, John has piqued Cash's interest. He got him with the economic hybrid engine. Cash is low on cash, but thankfully, John has an attractive finance offer.
I'll do anything to sell you a car.
Cashman Field in Las Vegas. Matt Peterson with Andrew Driver. Las Vegas in the white uniforms, Oakland in its black uniforms tonight. And we look at these starting lineups. Beginning with Las Vegas and head coach Steve Turundolo. 3rd game in 7 days, starting with the game at Tacoma last Thursday. Cal Jennings, the lead scorer, back on loan from LAFC. And a debut at center back for Marco Farfan, also on loan.
Yeah, I think the lights on Sunday night really needed some experience at the back, so Farfan coming in is a fantastic addition to the squad. I'd also look to see the three strikers to rotate a little bit and try and find options by moving the Oakland defense around the field.
Christopher Jaime is a 17-year-old, scored his first pro goal on Sunday against Sacramento. And for Oakland, their head coach Jordan Farrell, they lost Friday against Tampa Bay. It's a start up front for Johnny Rodriguez.
Yeah, obviously Val Fall is the main midfielder with all the experience. You look to him to influence the game. Rodriguez, the lone striker, needs to be strong and hold the ball up and try and use his physicality against this Lights defense.
No Allen, no Bokila in the starting lineup for Oakland, head coach Jordan Farrell. Mark Allerton is the referee. Both teams have a victory on the road in this season series before tonight. Vegas won July 10th at Las Positas College, 2-1. Oakland got payback, 3 unanswered goals. After Vegas scored first, a 3-1 Oakland win August 21st. Here we go on a Wednesday night in Las Vegas. Roots in black, Las Vegas in white. And Andrew, what are you watching between these two teams early on?
I want the Lights to be physical. I think on Sunday night in the second half they kind of got bullied a little bit, and I want to see a reaction from that, see if they can stand up to the Oakland Roots and not get dictated on how the game's to be played. You have the likes of Jennings tonight, so you can get hold of the ball and you've got a threat going forward, so I just want to see them play their own game and not worry about not get dominated by the opposition.
Las Vegas led 1-0 early. The first pro goal from Christopher Jaime, the 17-year-old from San Diego, but couldn't hold it against Sacramento. Very physical showing from Cameron Iwasa in the second half. Steve Geronimo told me yesterday we had a chance to go up 2-0, we didn't take it, and then a tough second half. But he said we have to meet the physical challenge Oakland will present tonight. It's a very physical team.
Yeah, then Oakland will fancy their chances. They're in a little bit of form. They'll want to bring the likes of Rodriguez up front, who is a big fella, to come and try and dominate the defense. The Lights need to stand up to that. Having Farfan at the back has that little bit extra experience for the Lights, so hopefully he can influence the younger guys and help the physicality of the team. But the Lights just need to play football. They've got the quality. We've seen so many times that they have the ability when they play their own game. I just want to see them get the ball, pass it around, and get the ball to the likes of Jennings and Molina and make things happen.
That's Farfan on the overlap. See a big fall in there. We're in number 5 for Oakland. Here come Roots. Patient build-up that time. Involving Mumba. Traore, they're managing his minutes. He came back from injury on Sunday. Played the first 45 minutes for Steve Trundle, looked very good. But Steve Trundle said that they don't want to push him back too much, too quickly after the injury, so he might go a bit more than 45 tonight.
Yeah, I thought he was actually fantastic in the first half on Sunday. They really missed him in the second half. To go back into that central defender position, he adapted fantastically well, and his timing on tackles and his pace was magnificent, and they really missed him when he went off at half time.
Direct to Cal Jennings, a heavy back pass gives trouble to Taylor Bailey, who makes his 3rd start tonight. Started against Tampa Bay, also started against Sacramento.
Tell you, the keeper first start in the first minute to get a back pass like that's bouncing up to your knee. He reacted quite well, but good pressure from Jennings. I love it when he does that. He doesn't give up on the play. He has the pace to really worry a defender.
Advantage played. Bruce Elmes-Mari wide of the target. DeRoma was cleaned out. And Mark Allerton, the referee, played advantage. Goal kick here to Oakland.
Good from Elmes-Mari. Not the strongest shot, but he's playing that little number 10 role of the three attackers. He's playing a little bit deeper, and he showed signs in the first half on Sunday where he can get in that hole and get on the ball, and they're obviously trying to utilize him in that position again. I think with with his ability, he can definitely run at defenders, but I like to see him being a little bit more direct there, taking a shot early doors, get into the game, and be a little bit more direct. Like Steve Trundle has said many times, his team is great between the boxes, they just don't take their chances.
Restart from Taylor Bailey, the native of Greenville, Tennessee. Presto, number 31, bottom of your screen. It's his first start. He came off the bench Sunday against Sacramento. He's a 16-year-old, part of the LAFC Academy. He is a class of 2022 high schooler from Porter Ranch, California. And LAFC is very excited about him. Steve Trundle thought he looked good off the bench, and he gets a start here tonight. His first pro start, still a USL Academy player on a USL Academy contract. Here are the match odds presented by Westgate Superbook.
Yeah, it's a close game again, isn't it? The Roots won the game last time. They will feel they are rightly favourites. But it's a close call. When you bring the likes of Jennings into a game, it could go either way.
Great run up that left side. The pass is just too far in front. A appreciative clap for Bruce Elmismar. That was Farfan again pushing forward. Throw it out here, Soya Takahashi. Returns to the team. He did not start in the loss at Tampa Bay last Friday. Crisostomo, his first appearance in a while, really, since signing with LAFC. It's his 16th start. He had played every minute with Las Vegas before signing with the first team, joining Bob Bradley's group full-time. Traore heads away. Crisostomo away from Valfall. Into Jennings. Well defended, Kai Green on his left hip.
They need Crisostomo to stand tall in there today. The Roots will put 5 in midfield, so it's going to be a lot of bodies to play against, and Crisostomo, he's always strong and he's good on the ball. They need him to really dictate the play. He's going to be up against a few bodies, so he'll need to be sharp on the ball. He won't have as much time as he probably would like before being pressured, so he needs to be quick and sharp.
And your driver, your keys to the game presented by Finlay Chevy.
Yeah, for the Lights, obviously the same as it has been for quite a while now, being better in the box and transition. They feel like they can catch Oakland on the counter-attack and use the pace up front to hurt them. And then Roots, if they watched the game on Sunday, they would have seen Iwasa in the second half be physically dominant, so they'll want to emulate that and come into the game and try and bully their way to 3 points.
6 minutes in, Vegas and Oakland, the third meeting this season. Vegas won at Oakland, a game played at Las Positas College in July. And then Oakland on its first ever visit to Las Vegas. Comeback win 3-1 on August 21st. They beat Phoenix a few days later at home. Unbeaten in 6 before the loss at Tampa on Friday. Back to Alex Rando.
Even the loss against Tampa, they won't feel like it was a loss. Tampa, one of the better teams flying right now. So they'll still have confidence coming back into this game. They'll have seen that it's just a little bit of a road trip, a way to get the team together away from home, and they'll come back as if this is a back to business game.
Presto throws it in. A few academy players in the starting lineup tonight. Christopher Jaime, a 17-year-old, he played with Nomads in San Diego before joining LAFC. Nomads happens to be the boyhood club of Steve Trundle. Dignity Health injury report. Ajmadu remains on there. CC Uche and Olaski, the newcomers to that report for this week. They were both healthy for Sunday's game, so 2 injuries for Steve Trundle. No injuries for Oakland.
Another couple of injuries on the back line for the Lights. They've been stretched thin recently, and to have 2 more injuries is getting quite desperate back there. So to have Farfan back tonight, well, Farfan for his first game for the Lights tonight is massively important, and in a timely manner. It couldn't have come at a better time to get him back.
Farfan has been big for Bob Bradley this season. He was a sub the last 2 games for LAFC, but before that, a starter in 12 of the previous 13 games. Good build up here from Oakland. And we'll take over that time, edge of the box. This is where Vegas needs to be better. And those duels around the area finally clear. That was Jesus Enriquez joining.
It's good defending from Armando Avila. obviously in the right place at the right time defensively. Needed to improve a little bit at the weekend.
Low cross, laid back, and finally cleared by Deroma. That was nice work. Ariel Mumba. Now it's Jennings. Nice balance to stay on his feet. Tried to feed Bruce Elmasmari. Emra Clementa brings it up for Oakland.
There was a slight sign of what the Lights want, wasn't it? A quick transition, get the ball up to Jennings. The defender really dove in a little bit, which is the last thing you want to do against a man of the pace of Jennings. Almost found Elmasmari down the line.
Diagonal run. Molina into the box, and it's saved. Nice strike on the left foot from Roberto Molina.
Yeah, you see here, Cal Jennings, that's what you don't want to do, is to dive in with him and leave him 1v1 at the back. The number 21 did fantastic to actually cut out the play. And then there's good play from Christopher Jaime again. It was impressive on Sunday night. And this is where Molina's very dangerous, cutting in on his left foot. If you're the defender, you don't particularly want him to be doing that. It was a good effort and a comfortable save in the end, but good start for Molina and the Lights.
Molina had a call up to the El Salvador national team for the first time last month. 2 goals, 3 assists this season from El Salvador. The Barca Residency Academy, raised between El Salvador and North Hollywood. Good work, low cross, well defended. That's Traore at the near post, conceding a corner kick. More good work from Ariel Mumba, who was born in the Congo, raised in San Jose.
There's no better sight than seeing a winger like this get into the situation where he just wants to go one-on-one against the defender. Nice bit of skill, drop the shoulder, down the line, nothing on his mind but drilling it across. Good defending in the end from Traore, in the right place at the right time, but great wing play, and he started sharp tonight already, Mumba.
A good test for the youngster, Dylan Presto, making his first start with the Lights. Feka's cross, well defended. Jennings at the back post, heads it away.
A young man like Presto having to go in there, the last thing you want is an experienced winger running at you like that. You want to settle in, but as a defender, a winger running at pace is your worst nightmare, and to do it twice early doors, you start having in your mind this could be a long night.
Another cross, back post, another corner kick coming. Nice work in the end. Presto had to get out there to deny Mumba.
Presto did well, didn't he? He didn't win the first header, but sometimes people dive in on the head in those situations and settle themselves and don't have the time to react. He just watched the ball all the way and then made himself big and put himself in the right situation. It was good defending.
Lindo Mafeka will deliver this. The South African puts into a good spot, right around the spot, and it just chested down harmlessly right to Rando.
There's a big Val Fall in the middle there. He's a threat from set pieces, a big lad for a midfielder. He can move, but he's also a threat from set pieces. He can get up there and win the headers, but he's also good taking the set pieces. We've seen last time he hit some ripping free kicks.
Patient here from the Lights. Presto. Early ball over the top for Molina. Taylor Bailey off his line to claim it. Taylor Bailey, well traveled, started at Nova Southeastern University in Florida, came home, played at San Francisco Community College, part of Oakland's Nissa run last year. It's his 3rd start tonight. The 2021 campaign. Nice shielding in the corner. It's a goal kick to Las Vegas.
Good defending, good experience there from Farfan, just using his body to shepherd the ball out of play, take the pressure off for the Lights and get a goal kick and get the bodies up the pitch.
Another start for Armando Avila, another USL Academy contract to the player for Las Vegas Lights. He starts again. Joined the LAFC Academy in 2018 at the U15 level. Jennings trying to find Bruce Elmasmari. Second ball picked up by Deroma. Deroma draws a crowd. Deroma pulling it back and Feka. Bruce Elmasmari, Farfan joining. Chrysostomo. Farfan slides. Did well to keep it in just enough. It's not a goal kick, but it's a deep throw-in for Oakland Roots.
Yeah, good save. It puts a little bit more pressure on Oakland in the corner there. The lights can push up and try and trap them in this position, get a little bit of territory. I felt the Roma did well there. He got down the line, but for some reason he cut back. He'd already beat the man. He could have just, albeit his weaker foot, he could have crossed the ball into the box, but tried to cut back onto his stronger foot. Maybe lost the momentum on the attack.
DeRoma, nice burst into the box. It's Frank DeRoma. Crossing! Big time cover up that time from Taylor Bailey. If he does not deny the cross, it's a tap in for Molina.
Carbon copy of what we just mentioned. Good to see DeRoma get into good areas though, down that left side, and this time he did cross the ball. And the goalkeepers had to be in the right position, but sharp from DeRoma. We don't see this often enough. He's really good on the ball, but you can show here he can go forward and attack it, and not a bad ball into the box. If Jennings could just attack that near post a little bit quicker, it was a good opportunity.
Bailey living dangerously. Molina's right in front of him and a soft pass off to the left.
But he had his heart in his mouth for a second there. It was a really soft pass. Molina thought for a second he had it. That's good play there as well from the Roots coming out of danger.
They break the pressure and they have a chance here, pushing forward with 4 attacking players. Nice long run from Mumba. He cycles it wide to the right. Roots with a cross. Mumba on the end of it, he heads it wide. Classic build-up that time from Oakland Roots. Mumba cycled it right and then got into the box.
Oh, it's an absolute perfect build-up. As a coach, this is what you practice. They broke the pressure on the other side, got through to the midfield. Mumba made a 20-yard run and a cross, and he nothing on his mind other than to get into the box. It was a perfect delivery for him. He just didn't seem very comfortable on the header, did he? He seemed comfortable running with the ball and passing it. In that situation, he seemed a little bit lost. There potentially wasn't enough pace on the ball for him to get enough power on the header. But good play from the Lights, from the Roots.
3 goals and 17 appearances on the season for Mumba, who started the Nissa Fall Season Championship last year. De Castro Verde Law Group is a criminal defense, personal injury, and immigration firm based in Las Vegas, where they will treat you like family and fight for you like family. De Castro Verde Law Group. Farfan has joined again. He's been very active in the first 17 minutes. Earns a throw in here.
He's shown his quality already so far, hasn't he? He's timed those runs perfectly down the left. Defensively been good, and if he can continue this energy, he's definitely a great outball there on the left for the Lights.
Thrown into Jennings. Back for Jaime, who scored the opening goal on Sunday versus Sacramento. Presto. Molina left it, he's fouled. Free kick coming to Las Vegas. Clementa into the back of the heels of Roberto Molina.
Good play from Molina. I like how he encouraged the tackle from the defender, but with a little bit of skill past him. It shows a bit of bravery to do that, because you know you're going to get hit, but he put his body where it hurts, and nice little turn. Just real foul. He was in a great situation if he could get away from there. If he could manage to get away, the referee should have looked at that and potentially a yellow card. A bit rash from the defender.
Molina will deliver. 1 season at UC Irvine, was Big West all-freshman team. Spent part of his life at Sonsonate, El Salvador, southwest of the Santa Ana volcano in the Sensupan River, not far from the Pacific coast. Been active on this right side all season for Steve Cherundolo. Big free kick here for Vegas. You see Traore forward, Jennings looking for position. To the back post, cleared. Good defending from Oakland. Now a foot race to midfield. That's good work. Bruce Elmasmari, diligent, getting back with Molina to put out the danger with Rodriguez.
Great work rate from Elmasmari, isn't it? One of your flair players, and you see him make that effort to do the defensive work and the dirty work. It makes a difference for the team if everyone can pull together like that, and don't think that doesn't go noted by the rest of the players.
18 minutes gone, a very even start to this one. Nice through ball. Touch from Molina. Desperate clearance. Picked up by Mumba. And cleared by Takahashi.
Started the game well. The Lights, after disappointing performance on Sunday, they've settled into it. I was expecting the Roots to try and be physical, but the Lights have actually stood up to them, and they haven't been out battled as far in this game. Hopefully if they can continue it, and like they did at the weekend, they after half time they kind of folded a little bit. Hopefully they can continue for the majority of the game like they have, because we know when they play like this, they're a match for anyone.
Good turn from DeRoma. Bruce Almasmara cuts inside. Finds Crisostomo. DeRoma has Farfan on the overlap. He's already looking to his right. First time ball Farfan behind everybody. Here comes Jaime arriving. Jaime again passing. And it's cleared. Crisostomo keeps it in play. A man down for Las Vegas. Right in the middle of the box. This shot from Crisostomo is easily handled by Taylor Bailey. Whistle blown. Frank DeRoma down.
That's worrying. The ball's just, he's got a lot of tape on that leg as well. And when the ball bobbles like that and you miss the ball, it can real hurt. Good play from the Lights again. A nice through ball from DeRoma, and Farfan getting down the ball. Fantastic ball. You see here, this is really good from Jaime. He cuts the ball back into the danger area instead of going for the shot. Unselfish, and there's not really much you can do about that. The ball's bobbled up for DeRoma, and I hope he's okay, because when you do a fresh air shot like that, you can really jar the knee, and especially when you see tape on there, it's a little bit more worrying.
Did you think Jaime could have shot there?
Yes, I felt like he should have first time, but I like the fact that when he did take the touch, he didn't panic. He took his time and he laid the ball back into a nice area. I think sometimes when you take your touch there, you panic a little bit and you just kick it into an area, whereas he lifted his head and he knew what he was doing. I just felt after a guy who scored at the weekend, there was only one thing on your mind, is grabbing and getting on the score sheet again. That's
what I felt too. I thought he was going to shoot. It was set up for him, but there was some traffic in front, and as you said, at least if he's playing a little conservative, a little unselfish, he did try to find a teammate. And good signs there. Farfan really has been a nice addition in his debut after a quality season with LAFC, joining the attack time and time again. It's interesting, he's starting in a center back position, then pushing forward.
I think Avia's playing in the centre back and Farfan's actually playing on the left hand side, so they do need him to be one of the attacking threats, especially with El Mesmari playing in the number 10 role. There's no real width. You have DeRoma in the middle, Crisostomo as well, so there's no actual width from the midfield, so you need the likes of Farfan and Presto on the right hand side to push forward as much as possible and give that width. Normally when they play the 4-3-3, you have the likes of Jennings, Molina wide. You have the width from the free attackers, but they don't have that tonight.
Did you know the Castro Verde Law Group was founded by brothers Alex and Orlando after growing up watching their father Waldo work his way through law school, where he became one of Nevada's first Spanish-speaking attorneys? The Castro Verde Law Group. Halfway through this first half, a good start for Las Vegas. That's an excellent ball. There's 3 around the box here. Slowed down by Rodriguez. Cross from the right, touched on and wide of the near post. It was covered there by Traore. An early delivery from Oakland did not trouble Alex Randa.
Good defending from Traore, really. By tracking the man there and keeping goal side, he's made it a difficult effort for Oakland. Jennings, he's started the game again as well. He's playing on the right-hand side of the back four, which isn't ideal for him, but he's started positively, especially defensively.
Great ball for Jennings. He'll center it, and it's cleared. Corner kick coming. That was beautiful. You had two willing runners with Bruce Elmas-Mari and Jennings. The feed went to Jennings, and he immediately returned it back to the middle of the box.
That's what he does so well, isn't it? Running off the attacker like this. It's a fantastic ball into the run. Jennings, I was thinking for a second he was going to hit it, but maybe he'd lost the angle. He put it into a nice little area for Elmas-Mari, and defensively well, but that's what Jennings brings you. His runs are so clever and so pacey, he can really stretch defenses.
Corner kick presented by Jarritos, who was Memo Diaz with the clearance for the corner. Loop delivery. Jaime lets it run. Crisostomo clipped in and headed clear by Kai Green of Oakland. Now Roots will try and break. Rodriguez. Mumba. Too far on the far side, it's out near the kiddie pools.
Brilliant from Avila there. He's read that pass perfectly. That was a dangerous situation for the Lights. The Roots were flying forward, but Avila stood his ground and read the pass, and it goes unnoticed, I think, often the time, but that's really good defending to stop the attack.
Diaz with the throw-in. Back for Kai Green.
One of the highlights early for the Lights for me is Frank DeRoma getting in a little bit more of an advanced position. We've mentioned how good he is on the ball all season, but maybe hasn't been as influential as he can be going forward. So I like him having this little bit more freedom. You see him here again now breaking from midfield.
Molina with his left off the crossbar. It was the tightest of windows for Molina. I think many expected him to pass. He goes for goal and nearly scores.
That's what you see, the desire from DeRoma there. He doesn't affect the play in essence, but he drags the defender away, and that's what you want for Molina. He's got a fantastic left foot. We've seen him score worldies already this season. He uses the dummy runner and smashes it, and you couldn't get closer than that. It's a magnificent hit for Molina, and the goalkeeper, if that's a yard lower, there's nothing the goalkeeper's doing about it.
Well, you mentioned DeRoma. He has Crisostomo behind him for the first time in about a month. Crisostomo's been up with LAFC. And we've talked with Steve Cherundolo about, with Crisostomo, with LAFC, the different role for DeRoma, different role with Nathan Sepulveda. Tonight, DeRoma's a bit unleashed, knowing Crisostomo's behind him.
Yeah, I think that's true. I also think Sepulveda's done well as well. I think it's really on DeRoma to just want to go and do it. He's like in this situation here, you see him on the ball, he's great on the ball, and he's good in tight little areas, but he's got so much energy and ability to get forward, and you want him to influence the game more. And obviously with Crisostomo behind him, it really does, you're right, you're saying is correct, is that it takes the shackles off and he can't go and do that. I would be curious to see if Cherundolo's actually turned to him and said, listen, I want you to make more of those attacking runs, because you can definitely see there seems to be more of an effort on his behalf to make those runs tonight.
Good work to beat the pressure from Oakland. They found it central. Mumba has Takahashi on the overlap. Takahashi takes a touch, surveys his options. Rando did well, it's still alive for Oakland. And now Jaime will calmly clear. Goes direct to Jennings. Jennings versus Kai Green. Jennings won the battle earlier that time. Green gets the best of him.
If you're a defender, it's not ideal when you have Cal Jennings run you down. He had no rights to get anywhere close to that Jennings there, but his pace and power. Kai Green was panicking for a second at the end. It was good defending in the end, but wow, Jennings doesn't give you a second up there with those long balls. On the opposite side, the Roots, good play. Doubling up on Presto at the back. That's, again, defender's nightmare. Takahashi going down the left-hand side. I see him as a really good player. You see he got all the way down. It was a decent ball. Rando did just enough to clear the lines.
Arisoya Takahashi to Valfall. Slips it through. Here comes Rando. Offside flag.
The most relieved man in the building other than Alex Rando there, I think the referee.
Took the decision out of it.
It took the decision out of it. The goalkeeper, the linesman, giving that as offside, really. made the decision easy, didn't it? Because I think it was close to being a penalty.
Steve Girello off his bench.
You see there on the replay, a long ball up the field. We mentioned the transition before. The Lights looking to counter on the transition. When you have Jennings in the team, you can play those balls.
Now pulled back by Jennings. Shot from Bruce Almasmari, well blocked there. Oakland had 4 black shirts in the box. 10 would be a big stream at this point of the game, but excellent defending. It was Clemente who got down for the block.
Yeah, a long bursting run from Jennings, isn't it? We've mentioned it already numerous times tonight. That's what he brings to the team. He can turn a nothing attack into something and even break into the box. And now it's a corner and an attacking corner for the Lights.
Presented by Jarritos, Roberto Molina will deliver. High lofted delivery. Crisostomo runs recycle. Bent to the back post, Farfan keeps it alive. Traore, wide. Farfan delivery. Jaime. Another clipped in ball, that one too heavy for Molina. Goal kick to Oakland.
I mean, that was four crosses in the space of a minute, and majority of them a little bit too high, every single one clearing all the danger area. They're a little bit too clippy. I think they're hitting them in with the sand eye, and they maybe need to give a little bit of a 7 and drive it in a little bit. But getting into good areas and looking to make those crosses, so it's promising for the Lights. If you can continue this pressure, you're going to get one of those crosses right, and you're going to start getting better opportunities.
Good build up here from Oakland. Mumba. Fall with the switch. All the way back for Kai Green. Charlotte, a big 5-0 road win tonight. All the way back. Taylor Bailey for Clemente.
This is where it can be exhausting for the opposition at Cashman in the heat when teams can hold possession like this, and not only possession, they've gone all the way back to the goalkeeper, they've gone up to the striker. You're making the opposition, in this case the Lights, make a lot of effort and a lot of runs to try and win the ball, and it can be demoralizing if you go through long spells of the game like this.
102 degrees currently in Las Vegas. Ariel Mumba to Enriquez. Ball fall. Cleared by Traore. Here comes Clemente. Clemente from about 45 yards away into the stands.
That was ambitious, to say the least. And it was, if you're the Roots, you're maybe a little bit disappointed. You just had possession for a couple of minutes. You've really opened up the Lights' defense because they're running left, right, up and down. And to get the ball and to strike it like that when you've got the opposition on the ropes, as a manager, you'd probably be a little frustrated. For the Lights, it's a nice break, and you get the ball back and you can catch breath in possession.
Tulsa over Indy 11-1. Armando Avila, 18-year-old from Torrance. To Roma. Avila. Mohamed Traore, on loan from LAFC. Signed last August from Montverde Academy in Orlando.
You see the difference there between the possession. The Lights just going from left to right with the defenders. it's great you're keeping the possession, but what the Roots were doing was they were going back forward. They were really making the Lights players run up and down, left and right, where there's that position, the possession there for the Lights, that the Roots defenders they only have to go 5 yards either way. You're not really moving them enough, you're not dragging them out, and it makes it a little bit easier for them. Maybe one of the defenders takes a little step back and drags out the Root striker, and then the gaps to pass through the midfield might open up.
Each team with 5 shots in the early stages. Decision here for Taylor Bailey. He will play short with Clementa, and he'll go the long way. Rowan to Las Vegas. Big opportunity tonight for the 16-year-old academy player wearing number 31, Dylan Presto.
I think he's done well so far. He started the game with Mumba running at him twice in the first 5 minutes, which some players will be demoralised by, but he's come back into the game.
There's Jordan Farrell, replaced Dario Pont in late April. Farrell played at Cal State East Bay and Hayward, just near Oakland in the East Bay. Semi-pro soccer in Germany before coaching Sacramento Republic Academy, University of the Pacific as an assistant. Was interim head coach with Oakland last year before being named technical director. Variety of hats for Jordan Farrell, but I think in some ways exceeding expectations here in year 1 of the USL Championship, especially at the start that Oakland had.
Yeah, after the start, and if you look at current form, if they can continue as they are, if they can get close to those playoffs, it's a massive achievement. But the way they started the season, you wouldn't have given them a hope, would you?
Almasmari trying to win it. Fall comes away with it. Short pass for Jesus Enriquez. To Roma against Enriquez. 10 minutes to halftime. Johnny Rodriguez grew up in Fresno, played at Fresno City College before Cal State Northridge.
Good for Mavia. I like to see him getting a little bit physical there, not giving him a second and forcing the Roots to go back. We questioned if he was going to have the physicality of here, and I like to see him already showing that tonight, that he's got the hunger and he's not going to be bullied.
Good step from Traore. Avila. Time to turn and play upfield. Kai Green, formerly with Rio Grande Valley, USL Championship experience. It's one thing about this group for Oakland, you have to give Jordan Farrell credit, is not a lot of USL Championship experience, relatively speaking.
Yeah, there's one thing I've learned in my career. There's not a big gap between levels of soccer. The difference between the USL Championship and the MLS, there's obviously a difference, but any team on their day will have the ability. And if you get a team together that plays well together, they have all the rights to go on and do well in a league that you would think is at a higher level.
Well-timed step from Presto there. He had to get it right against Mumba, and he did, coming inside from his right back position.
I think it was Roy Keane's book that mentioned that, when as a Man United player you'd go against League One and you'd always be expected to win the game. And he always got frustrated by that, because those League One players on the day are every bit as good as a Premier League player. So for not having much USL Championship experience for the Roots, they've still got quality players, and if they can raise their game and be consistent, then there's no reason why they can't excel in this division.
Lindo Mufeka. Oakland throwing far side of the field. No Jeremy Okila, the 32-year-old from Democratic Republic of Congo. He has 4 goals to his name. No Brandon Allen in the starting lineup. He could come off the bench. Allen has been a regular up front for Jordan Farrell. So a new look for Oakland with Johnny Rodriguez starting up there. 4-1-4-1 formation.
Yeah, But Keeler's a sore miss coming off the bench, isn't he? He really came on and changed the game here at Cashman.
Takahashi with the cross from the left. Kept alive far side. Enriquez. First time delivery. Nifty touch, nobody there to get on the end of that touch from Johnny Rodriguez.
Yes, it's the night of the lofted cross, isn't it? Another two long crosses into the box. Rodriguez did particularly well to keep it in. Unfortunately for him, he didn't have any of his roots teammates backing him up, running into that danger area. But again, another bit of positive play from the Roots. Both teams have had some good play without really creating any clear-cut opportunities. Been a lot of crosses into the box. The quality on the final delivery just hasn't been there yet.
Crisostomo. Purcell Mismari. Another run from Farfan. To Roma. Mohamed Traore, the 18-year-old from Senegal. It's a nice pass. Jennings, the layoff from Molina. Clemente read it well, stepping in to win it back for Oakland. Traore in front of Rodriguez. Be picked up by Rando. Today, the legacy of Waldo de Castro Verde continues with his sons running a local law firm where attorneys fluently speak English and Spanish. De Castro Verde Law Group. Armando Avila. First start here for the 16-year-old Dylan Presto. Too heavy with that pass.
I think the Lights will be happy with this so far. There's no clear-cut chances, but if they can stay tight, not give up many chances, when you have the likes of Jennings on the pitch, Jennings and Molina, they'll potentially always do something brilliant out of nowhere. So just keep it tight, and I think Trundle will be delighted if they can stay close and continue playing as they are. This game could turn on its head very quickly.
First booking of the night goes to Vol Fall into the book of Mark Alatin after tugging the shirt of Marco Farfan.
Yes, a professional foul, isn't it? He knew he wasn't winning the ball, and to stop the counter attack, that's a typical 102 degrees tackle where you know you're going to have to do a 10-yard run. Sometimes it's easier to take the yellow card.
Traore had it clear by Takahashi. Straight in the air from Avila. Ball fall runs it down. Free kick, another yellow card coming out. It looked like, and it's shown.
Roma. I think that was the level. Little DeRoma on the big Val Fall. I think he'll probably be saying, look at the size of you, how did you go down so easy? And I love the bite of DeRoma when he plays.
Great video here.
Yes, and he's rightfully saying that. I like to see it though. It's a bit of a weak booking from DeRoma, but as a little player, sometimes you have to show that bite, and you have to be physical and show you're not there to be run over, and that's what we wanted to see, wasn't it? To show the physical side tonight.
Something Steve Trundle highlighted was the physicality of this Oakland team, led by that Valfall in central midfield. DeRoma, first pro season, 20 years of age, born in Sierra Leone, raised in Goleta, California, beside Santa Barbara. Played one season at Cal State San Bernardino at the Division II level. Restart coming after a long delay.
I tell you, it shows, but you know that as a fan sometimes you want to see your players have that. The coach may see it as a silly foul, but you want to see the hunger of your players. You want to see the players are hurt a little bit. They want to go and put their body on the line, and a little tackle like that can really G the fans up and G the players up and show that we are up for this.
Jennings next of all falls. You see the matchups around the box. Here comes the delivery. Headed away. Not really got to head to it. Space here for Molina. Crisostomo. Farfan. Marco Farfan from Gresham, Oregon. 19 appearances, 15 starts for LAFC this season. Here's Molina. Off to the right. El Mesmari just stopped his run, and that was the difference.
Yeah, he just checked his run that little bit, didn't he? He didn't think he was going to get the ball down the line. And just at the time that Molina tried to play it into his path. Promising though, the thing that's difficult for the Lights tonight is we've mentioned that they want to catch the Roots in transition, but the Roots have thrown their bodies back and the work rate's been exemplary so far. They know that the Lights want to attack quickly, but the Roots are getting players behind the ball extremely fast. You saw there Molina trying to break and having to cut back and play back to the defence, which the Roots will obviously be happy with, because once they get back into that defensive shape, they're hard to break down.
Roots have been a high-scoring team before the loss against Tampa. Tampa now over 600 minutes without conceding a goal. 3 straight games for Oakland with 3 goals. Wins against Tacoma, Phoenix, and Las Vegas. Good diagonal ball. Clever turn attempted. Farfan was right there. It's going to be a goal kick.
I thought for a second he was given a free kick. It's a clever turn, but he kind of backheeled it out of the pitch, didn't he? It's only a clever turn if it pays off, is it, Mark?
Yeah, that was Enriquez on that right side. Good spot to try something, you never know. If the defender comes in too heavy.
I understand what he was trying to do, but it's a difficult skill when you're running at pace. He was sprinting to get to the ball. And to do that at that pace is you're leaving yourself open to hurting your legs by turning too fast.
Thank you. 1 minute will be added on here at the end of the first half.
Thank you.
Closest chances for each side. You had Roberto Molina cracking it off the crossbar from about 25 yards out. Excellent strike. Oakland's had a few chances. Several coming through. Ariel Mumba up the left side. Maybe one last push here for Las Vegas in the dying seconds of this first half. Ball fall, got a foot on it. Mafeka. Mafeka off to the overlapping Takahashi. Good turn. Mumba faces up. Halftime at Cashman Field in Las Vegas. No score, an even first half. Your thoughts, Andrew Driver?
I think even is the right word, isn't it? No real clear-cut opportunities. Molina's wonderful strike was probably the highlight of the half. Both teams defensively pretty sound. I think the Lights will be delighted with their defensive performance, and I think he'll be pleasantly happy with the way Steve Trundle will be pleasantly happy with the way that his team's performed. Just they're keeping it tight, and when you have the likes of Jennings in the team, they can change in a second. So Lights will be happy, and good game.
Halftime in Las Vegas. Las Vegas Lights and Oakland Roots scoreless through 45 minutes.
Nevada Donor Network is a proud partner of the Las Vegas Lights FC. We are asking for your help to save and heal lives. Registered organ, eye, and tissue donors give hope to the more than 650 Nevadans waiting for their second chance at life. You have the power to bring them hope. Register as a hero today at registerme.org. Together, we are Nevada strong.
Believe me, with a head as big as yours, there's nothing better than the Highlander. The Highlander will seat up to 8 people.
Ooh, John has Pete Cash's interest. He got him with the economic hybrid engine. Cash is low on cash, but thankfully, Sean has an attractive finance offer.
I'll do anything to sell you a car.
It's time to get back to making memories and enjoying your favorite activities with family and friends. Don't let aches, pains, or an injury slow you down. The therapists at Dignity Health Physical Therapy are here for you. With convenient locations throughout Nevada, Dignity's clinical experts will get you back to life. Go to dignityhealthpt.com to schedule an appointment. Dignity Health Physical Therapy believes movement is medicine and wants to help you experience the power of physical therapy today.
Halftime in Las Vegas, no score in the third meeting of the season. Las Vegas Lights FC and Oakland Roots scoreless through 45 minutes. De Castro Verde Law Group, presenting sponsor of tonight's broadcast. Let's find out more about their history.
My grandfather was actually born in Cuba, and my mom and dad were also born in Cuba. My mom and dad fled Cuba because of Fidel Castro. Fortunately, my dad always had a dream to be a lawyer like his father. My dad thought he wasn't going to have that opportunity. One day, a law school opened up in northern Nevada in Reno, and my dad was able to go to law school at night while he continued to deal 21 at the MGM Grand in the daytime. My dad was so blessed to open up one of the first Hispanic law firms in the state of Nevada once he became a lawyer in the late 80s. He felt an obligation to help the Hispanic community who didn't have the representation at the time, and treat them with dignity, treat them with respect, and just give them the best representation which he knew that they deserved.
Today at De Castro Law Group, we have over 70 team members, 16 lawyers, and we've assembled an incredible team to be able to take care of our clients. Our clients truly become like family, because we can't help them unless we really know them and we really understand what they're going through, how it's affecting their life. So we view each of our clients like family, and we treat them like family.
The date of my accident, I was leaving for work. I got hit head-on by a Peterbilt semi. The doctors, paramedics, police, everybody said that I shouldn't have survived. Ended up in the hospital, had emergency surgery. I had damage to some of my organs. When I got back from the hospital, I started looking for attorneys. Alex and Orlando both came to my house. I didn't have to go to their office, and they just made me feel like they actually cared about what was happening to me and my kids and what we were dealing with, and we've become friends since then. What was best is that he made me feel like a person and not a paycheck, and that's what was important to me. I definitely recommend De Castro Verde Law Group to my friends, family, anybody that needs assistance with legal representation.
What we like to do at our firm is give solutions, have answers, and satisfy the client, and make sure that they feel comfortable and they know that we're going to be by their side each step of the way to help them out through the process.
Our firm's mission is continue what our dad started. Continue treating the community with respect, with dignity, treat them like family, and be there for them in many times the worst time that they've ever been in. That's a tremendous amount of responsibilities our clients are giving us.
Here at De Castro Verde Law Group, we hope that you let our family take care of yours.
Thank you again to De Castro Verde Law Group for their support of Las Vegas Lights FC. Halftime at Cashman, very even first half, scoreless through 45 minutes.
first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more like stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
Shot, and it's in! Knocked away. Looking for Para. Could fall for an opportunity here. The shot comes in! Oh, it's brilliant!
I did get an interesting text from someone in the Phoenix organization talking about how big and physical that game was, and maybe they didn't necessarily know it was going to be just like that. I think they got a good taste. By the way, in case you're wondering, Forrest Lasso is competing for the Summer Olympics in gymnastics. Just wanted you to know. What you got next?
Lee Cohen, he was part of that routine.
Bring it to me.
Forrest Lasso, the defender of the year, leaping over the ad boards and pirouetting his way toward the dugout.
News and notes from across the USL Championship. Miami FC's Paul Dalglish, coach of the month, he led Miami FC to a perfect record in August.
Yeah, it's good to see him doing fantastic well. Old Dynamo player like myself. And a good coach, had a great reputation in the changing room at the Dynamo, and obviously he's transferred that into the managerial game.
The brotherhood continues. Ex-Dynamo players and a rowdy ranking, well-deserved for Tampa Bay. They topped the Week 20 USL Power ratings. No goals allowed in 621 minutes.
Including a good performance against the team we're watching tonight, the Roots. Obviously flying high right now. The Rowdies obviously fancy themselves to go on and win the whole thing.
And lastly, USL on ESPN Deportes. Hartford Athletic hosting Charlotte Independence on September 30th on ESPN Deportes, 8 Eastern Time. Here are some scores of notes. Busy week in the USL Championship. Tampa Bay, after beating Oakland 3-0 last weekend, they beat Charleston. A big one on ESPN2 on Tuesday. Louisville City over Hartford.
Yeah, I watched that game. I don't know most people as well will have. It was a great game, actually. Lots of goals end to end. Louisville, dominant team and a great performance and a good win.
There's the upcoming schedule presented by Terribles. Beginning Friday, Austin hosting New Mexico. And as far as the Pacific Division goes, LA Galaxy 2 and Phoenix. Oakland hosting San Diego.
Oakland trying to go on a run now, aren't they? San Diego, my pick of the year. They've really achieved a fantastic. Well, I didn't think they would be as good as they have been. And then obviously LA Galaxy and Phoenix. Phoenix running away with it, but the Galaxy have some quality players that can beat anyone on their day.
Highlights and stats from our game when we come back to Cashman Field in Las Vegas.
Alex and Orlando de Castroverde, third-generation lawyers and lifelong Nevadans, grew up in the law. They've built de Castroverde Law Group personal injury on their family principles. When you've been injured, they'll fight the insurance companies, seek maximum compensation, and stand by you the entire way. Just like family. De Castroverde Law Group personal injury. Our family will fight for yours.
Let's go, come on! Don't you do it. It's just a little water in the road. The light is green, there's places to go. It's just a little water in the road. The flash flood grows, how deep, who knows? The other cars made it. Watch and learn, let me show you how it goes. Loco!
Ooh la la!
Yep.
It's It's time to get back to making memories and enjoying your favorite activities with family and friends. Don't let aches, pains, or an injury slow you down. The therapists at Dignity Health Physical Therapy are here for you. With convenient locations throughout Nevada, Dignity's clinical experts will get you back to life. Go to dignityhealthpt.com to schedule an appointment. Dignity Health Physical Therapy believes movement is medicine and wants to help you experience the power of physical therapy today.
At Silver State Schools Credit Union, we'll be by your side through every moment of life's journey, from big life changes to small celebrations and everything in between, because we prioritize people over profit. Become a member today and have a financial partner for life.
Halftime at Cashman Field in Las Vegas. Las Vegas Lights and Oakland Roots' third meeting of the season. It's scoreless at halftime. Steve Trundle giving instructions to his young players. Matt Peterson with former Houston Dynamo midfielder Andrew Driver. Andrew, your thoughts on those first 45 minutes?
Very even, isn't it? Both teams trying to find a way to be the dominant team, but it's just been back and forth, hasn't it, really? Neither team really dominating the game, and no real clear-cut chances, unfortunately. The Lights will be happy with that, though, because they want to grow into it, and obviously, with their form recently, they need to get a win any way possible. So to be 0-0, they'll feel quite confident that you have the likes of Jennings. You can go into the second half and have a spark of magic and go on and win the game.
Let's see the stats from the first 45 minutes. Las Vegas and Oakland for the third time this season. What do you make of those, Andrew?
I think it shows it all, isn't it? It's very even. Not really much to happen. Molina's effort off the crossbar was probably the highlight of the half, the bit of quality. Oakland tried to be physically dominant without really stamping their authority on the game as much as they would have liked. So very even. It's all to play for in the second half. Both teams will be feeling like they can up the level a couple of percentage points and go on to win the game.
Set for the second half. Marco Farfan's been a great addition in his Lights debut on loan from LAFC, really joining from his left back position. Second halves have plagued Las Vegas as of late. They had a 1-0 lead going into halftime, could not stop Sacramento after the break. We'll see what adjustments are made by Steve Trundle. On the opposite side, Jordan Farrell. Underway, we begin the second half. Nathan Sepulveda has entered the match next to Daniel Crisostomo. So one change there for Steve Trundle at halftime.
Yeah, a little bit of fresher legs in there as well. Sepulveda's played a lot recently, so he'll just settle back in there into his usual position.
Jennings runs out of room. Here come Oakland Roots on this near side. Jesus Enriquez.
The Lights need to start quickly in the second half. They don't want to let their good performance in the first half go to waste. The last couple of games at home, their second half performance hasn't been up to par with the first, and the opposition has managed to come in and I think 6 goals in the last 2 second halves against the Lights. They need to keep their mentality going and can't start slow.
Clement out of the back. Christopher Jaime, the change. Jaime scored the goal Sunday, his first pro goal. It was 45 minutes here tonight.
I don't think he was taken off for a poor performance. I think he did quite well again tonight, Jaime. Possibly a young man. Don't want him doing too much too soon. Don't want too many minutes on the legs too fast, so maybe a little bit of rest, and obviously keeping Crisostomo and Sepulveda together might be able to, well, match the 5 midfielders of the Roots that we mentioned in the first half. The Roots had extra bodies in that midfield, so bringing Sepulveda on, we've got a little bit more strength in there.
Good quality build-up from Oakland. Patient look at the space they found for this delivery from the left. Jesus Enriquez unable to keep it in. It's a busy time for Las Vegas. They lost at Tacoma 2-1 on Thursday. Traveled straight from Tacoma to Las Vegas for Sunday's game against Sacramento. Stayed in Las Vegas for tonight's game. So a good spell together on the road. As you mentioned, managing the minutes of the young fellas and the older guys like Mohamed Traore, who came on as a starter on Sunday, came off at halftime.
Yeah, those road trips are really the time that players can come together, staying in the hotel together for a week. You have a lot of downtime, and it's when you can maybe, I don't know how they entertain themselves. Back in my day, you'd go play a game of cards with the guys. It brings you start to know each other a little better.
Great run through midfield. It's Bruce Elmas-Mari now. Crisostomo. Elmas-Mari on the edge of the box. Back for Crisostomo. Sepulveda. Bit of a sloppy turn there from Molina in traffic, but it's won back by Jennings. Jennings at the end line. Good block. Somehow that stayed in on that far side for Soya Takahashi.
Yeah, Jennings again getting to the byline. Nothing else on his mind, is it? Just run at the defenders, get to the byline.
Great break here for Oakland, 3 versus 4. Mumba on that left side. Low cross, well covered by Rando. He had to get it right. Enriquez lurking on the far side.
Yeah, he's tried the low drive across the 6-yard box, but I think Enriquez was a bit disappointed at the back post. A little bit of a chip pass, a little bit of a chip cross to the back door, and he's wide open at the back, and you see the little bit of frustration that it didn't come in that manner.
Game is opened up here, early stages of the second half. Bruce Elmas-Mari for Cal Jennings. Deroma shrieking to the right. Jennings pulls out Clementa. Cal Jennings for Las Vegas. He is in. It's Jennings. Another touch. Corner kick coming. Shot ultimately blocked in the end by Memo Diaz.
Yeah. Great play from Jennings. He left Clementa for dead here. I don't think he realized that he would get past Clementa so easily. He's lined him up. He's squared him, cut inside, and he's past Clementa here. If he could have got the shot off a little split second, he just couldn't get that ball out of his feet to get the good strike on it. But that's what you want Jennings to do, just to get the ball and run at them and create opportunities for himself.
Last touch actually from Kai Green. Diaz over there to help. Jarrito's corner kick coming for Las Vegas. Molina will deliver towards the near post. Helped on. It was Crisostomo arriving. Traore got in his way. Traore crossing. And it's out for a corner. I think Crisostomo would have had a good hit on that, but Traore was going to get the ball himself. Maybe didn't realize Crisostomo was there.
Yeah, you need a little bit of communication, don't you? Yeah, you see it coming out here. Traore was going for the ball, didn't empty the space quick enough, but it was a good ball in the end. I don't know who that was coming in the back post, just got a little bit of ahead of the ball. If he'd have held his run that split second, it would have been a goal.
Jarrito's corner kick. This time, oh, it was right there for Crisostomo, nearly a carbon copy of the prior play, but that time he sliced it.
Yeah, I think he had the eyes on the first one, the second one came, and maybe now we know why he didn't strike the ball the first time. Not the strongest goalkeeping there from Bailey, and he didn't seem, he's not known for his goal scoring, Crisostomo, is he? And he didn't seem massively confident when that ball was bouncing back to him.
It's been a common refrain from Coach Steve Trundolo the last month or two. We're good between the boxes. We need to be better in both boxes, attacking and defending.
Yeah, you need that killer instinct, don't you? You want Crisostomo running onto that with confidence and putting his boot through it. You just saw a little bit of trepidation. He wasn't sure how he was going to hit it, and you see the result in.
Good touch. Mumba! Tough angle, went for goal himself. A stride from Avila there, but Mumba, a confident player here tonight.
Mumba's been dangerous, hasn't he? But in this situation, Avila done fantastically well over there. He's tracked him all the way, and he's forced Mumba to take a wild effort from a tight angle, which there isn't really much chance of him scoring there, so good defending. But Mumba's the whole night's been keen to get on the ball and run at the Lights defence. He's probably been the main threat for the Roots tonight.
What a season for Armando Avila. Suddenly a starter, almost game in, game out the last 3 or 4. Still on a USL Academy contract. A LAFC Academy player, 18-year-old from Torrance. But he's had the ability to play left back, now center back, playing a lot of different environments.
It's a great experience for him, isn't it? You need to play in left back and centre back, 2 completely different positions, and he'll be learning every game. I think he's done fantastically well in the position, especially at the left back. He's great at going forward.
patience from Farfan. In the end, had it stolen. Really good defending from Oakland. That was Memo Diaz at the end line.
There you see Avila again on point when we've just been speaking about him. On Sunday we were quite critical that he got manhandled a couple of times by the big striker for Sacramento. But you see here, even though he's given the foul away, this is what you want to see your defenders. You want to see them physical, you want to see them having an arm on the striker and not letting him get away easily. Even though it's a foul, it's definitely a foul, but he hasn't, the striker knows he's there and he knows he's under pressure.
Muma does well in the corner.
As a defender, you don't need to be the world's most physical person. You just need to be smart. I've played against centre halves who are particularly skinny, not large, but they're really good at timing. But they also know when to be aggressive and know when to use their body in the right situations. You don't have to be the Hulk. You just need to be smart on how you defend. And Avila, it looks like Avila will need to be that kind of defender. He's never going to be a 6 foot and 200 pound defender.
Referee had a good view, lets them play, it's cleared. And out for a throw on the far side. Steve Cherundolo maintains confidence and positivity about this group. He has mentioned all along since coming back from Germany for his first professional head coaching job here with Las Vegas Lights under the direction of John Thornton and Bob Bradley and the LAFC setup. He was excited about the opportunity to do player development in America and really build a project. He said in Germany, great foundation, some great roots, but difficult to really implement change and try new things. You're allowed to do it to a certain extent, but a lot of the things, like many other countries, there's politics, there's things ingrained, there's the way they've always done it, whereas here in America, maybe more of an open canvas.
Yeah, you're definitely right. And with his experience, he brings something else to the setup with LAFC. Knowing that knowledge from Germany, if he can implement those things, the way American soccer is right now, it's learning and it's improving all the time, and it's getting there through having the best people with the best experience doing the coaching and running these teams, and he's definitely going to be an asset. And for these opportunity for these young men to learn off him it's an unbelievable opportunity.
Jesus Enriquez. Memo Diaz inside Enriquez. Referee letting them play. This game's getting more and more physical here. Great kick to Las Vegas. The Castro Verde Law Group proudly supports numerous local charities, including a strong focus on education initiatives.
Going back to the development for Cherundolo, why is it, do you think, American players go to Germany and do particularly well? Is it the mentality? Is it the coaching they have as a young age? Because you do see a large amount of these young Americans coming through the German setups.
That's a good question, Andrew. Overlapping run, pull back for Jennings. Jennings has an option top of the box, he'll turn. He had to roam with her that time, turned the shoulder and went left.
That's why he's so good at, isn't it, though? As a defender, you don't want him in the box at all, because he's always going to turn, he's always going to run at you. He's got that first step that's so quick and so powerful. As a defender, it's hard to track. You see here, I think it was Molina with the ball into the box, but even here, the defender thinks he's cut him off on the danger. And a quick 2-yard sprint, and Jennings has got away him. He's unlucky he didn't get that ball across the 6-yard box, because the run was coming in the far post.
Burrito's corner kick covered up that time by Taylor Bailey on the prior play. It was good defending from Ariel Mumba to concede that corner. But going back to your question about Americans succeeding over there, Cherundolo told the LAFC website before the USL season started about that very thing. Americans experiencing success there. He said part of it was the perception has changed. Previously, like when Cherundolo was a player there at Hanover, if he had a bad game, many people would say, oh, that's why we shouldn't take Americans, or maybe Americans shouldn't play here, or oh, he's an American. But now, after his success and all the success of Americans in Germany as of late, if he has a bad game, if a player does, it's, oh, he just had a bad game, let's give him another chance. he'll be better next game. He's not viewed as the American who had a bad game. He's just another player who had a bad game, and he'll find his form again.
Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? And it's trailblazers like him that bring that opportunity. I think you've also got to say that the American players have a great attitude as well, I would guess.
Diagonal ball, Mumba is in 1 versus 3, just past the far post. That was a great counter-attack. The feed came from Johnny Rodriguez, split the defenders, and Mumba, who seemed most likely to score, nearly scores for Oakland.
That was the opportunity, wasn't it? The Roots haven't had anything really clear-cut tonight. Elmas Mari, a little bit of a slack pass, you can't do that. And a great little through ball. Traore busted good to get back in, as well as Presto just enough. It was a good effort from Mumba, very close on the far post. But that was the opportunity. They've not really looked like scoring tonight. That was the one that the most clear-cut.
That's been the recipe for Oakland as of late, turning the ball over, scoring in transition, and we had the graphic before the game tonight. Last 6 goals scored by 5 different goal scorers.
You need Elmas Mari keeping hold of the ball a little bit better there. You can't give it away so slackly.
Farfan crossing just past Jennings, who was arriving at the near post, kept it in play on the far side. Whipped in ball, dangerous, nice claim through traffic from Taylor Bailey, the goalkeeper.
There's the best cross of the night. It's obviously come out and been claimed by the goalkeeper, but it's put in with pace and a nice height. And Jennings, that's a yard back the way Jennings is winning. That's a fantastic ball there first time, and then I think is it Presso that got onto the back post and whips it in, and Jennings was only a head away from winning the ball.
Because you're a former player, Andrew. I mean, I'm sure you've been at some clubs where you feel less pressure than others. It's only natural. And if you think of the American player now in Germany, probably feels less pressure than a guy like Cherundolo did, or before that, Ronaldo.
Yeah, of course. These guys are trying to make a career, aren't they? And the pressure in the German league has to be high. But I just feel like the way the systems over there, they breed these players through, and that's why I feel Steve Trundler's probably going to be fantastic for the Lights. Is he knows how to, the academies over there are set up, and they coach these guys from a young age how to play for the first team and how to develop into a professional player. And when you coached it every day, the pressure kind of goes. It becomes natural, doesn't it?
Farfan crossing, heads cleared, and something that he's talked about is the timeline and progression, how every player has a different timeline. You can't rush them all the same or have the same stow. Oh, Rando may have been cheating a bit. Rodriguez saw him off his line a bit, trying to curl it past him, but Rando recovers well.
I don't know if you heard my gasp there.
Yeah.
It became so obvious, didn't it? That you're thinking to yourself, Rodriguez isn't going to do this, but Rando was so far away from that near post, he kind of made it so tempting. He obviously did well, but if Rodriguez catches that with a little bit more power, Rando might have been scrambling a little bit.
An illustration of that progression and how you have to ease these players in is Dylan Presto, academy player, been playing academy games. Good turn on the corner, and Clemented as well. So he's on the trip to Tacoma, does not play. Gets to observe, watch his team play in a road environment. Comes off the bench in the first home game a few days later, and then he starts. So it's unused sub, starter in the space of 7 days, and a nice easing in for a teenager.
Yeah, that's what you need. It's difficult to, you don't want to put anyone into the fire before they're ready, do you? So, and in that time, Coach Trundle will have seen his attitude, the way he handles himself, and he must have seen something that he likes and says, yeah, this guy's ready, and I'm confident in starting him.
Turnover. Oakland Roots pushing forward. It's Enriquez. Knuckling cross, headed away by Crisostomo. Picked up by Memo Diaz. Back to Rodriguez. Nice work from Traore coming over. And it's out for a goal kick. And Las Vegas will make a few changes here in the 62nd minute. First up, Tristan Weber. Played at San Diego State, University of Portland. Southern California native in his first pro season. And a nice run out that time for Marco Farfan. His Lights debut on loan from LAFC.
Farfan was impressive to me. I think he showed that class. I think he showed that experience up and down. It's difficult when you're coming back from the first team to come and really put the effort in. And I think he showed the desire and the want to play. And that man as well. Shame to see him going off. He's the big danger man for the Lights, but obviously he's had a busy schedule recently. Vasquez, it's a chance for him to come back on and show his quality and his ability. This is a time for him to be the number 9 and stake a claim.
Cal Jennings subbed off, big smile from Trundolo, and Trundolo coaching as he walks over. Crisostomo, nice shifts for him, going 62 minutes, and Michael Yeboah replaces him, the 20-year-old from Ghana. And there's a goal for Las Vegas, for Oakland. Yeboah head in hands, and Oakland grabs the lead away from home.
Traore's disappointed, isn't he? He obviously made a mistake there, and it's kind of deflating. You take off the 3 substitutes, the likes of Jennings, Crisostomo, and then to let a goal in so quickly in that situation, it's just absolutely devastating for the Lights. When you're building a little bit of confidence, you're coming into the game to try and to build after a torrid piece of form, to go behind in such a manner.
Johnny Rodriguez, his first goal. It's his 2nd start of the season, his 6th overall appearance. This was Traore out of the back. Totally telegraphed the pass.
And it's been coming the last 10 minutes. The Lights have given the ball away in bad situations, and Boomin almost scored from one, and then Traore, who I think has been particularly good tonight, you can't afford to pass those straight balls up from the defence like that and give it away in such a dangerous area. And it's kind of deflated the players and the crowd after such a solid performance so far from the Lights. A simple mistake like that, and you're chasing your tail.
Lights back the other way. Sepulveda for Vasquez, who was Fall, who had the interception, immediately fed it. Now it's crossed and cleared. Good clearance from Mufeka. Corner kick coming for Las Vegas.
So deflating, wasn't it, for the Lights? Your performance has been good. You haven't really given any opportunities to fall behind like that.
Corner kick, Molina. Well defended by Oakland. Deroma from the top of the box. His shot's blocked. Avila picks it up. Off to the right. Floated to the back post. Good defending. Memo Diaz heads away. Good pressure from Traore. It's another Jarritos corner kick for Las Vegas. Roberto Molina will deliver. Headed away, it's a throw-in now for Las Vegas. Bruce Almasmari will take it. Weber and Avila. Nathan Sepulveda. Good push from Weber. Michael Yeboah. Almasmari. Good here from Vegas. Traore. Just too far in front of Weber.
I think Traore has been good the last 2 games in centre half. He's played most of his season out at left back, and he's great there as well. He's so athletic, he gets up and down. The centre half actually suits him down to the ground as well, in terms of his position and his athleticism. Makes him to be a difficult player to play against.
First assist of the year for Fall.
So it's just disappointing for him to make that little mistake, because he was coming onto a really good performance. I was going to mention that he was possibly man of the match for the Lights so far. Just a lapse of concentration.
Here's Traore caught in possession again. Referee says play on, and then a late whistle. Actually, the ball just got away. It was no whistle. Traore is down, and the training staff for Las Vegas will come on.
It was Traore again, giving the ball away in such a poor position. I think Maveka and Rodriguez actually ran into each other. They couldn't decide on who was going to. You can see now Rodriguez sees Traore in the ball. It's a slack touch. You've got to be concentrating all the time. I don't know if it's foul. Maveka ran into it, and Rodriguez kind of tackled him.
Yeah, I thought from the body language of Maveka it was a whistle. There was no whistle. Simply the ball got away. Good work from Rando coming off his line to claim.
It's just a slack play from Traore though. After making that mistake, you need to be assertive on the ball. You need to take a touch. It was a slack touch that gave Rodriguez a hint at getting the ball, which he obviously came in and did. You need to be taking a firm touch and passing it away. Just do the simple things for the next 22 minutes for Traore. Don't give up any other opportunities.
Matias Fessore, the Argentine midfielder. Last club, San Martin Tucumán, will enter. That's it for Lindo Maveka.
A little bit gamesmanship, taking the time there. But Maveka's done quite well in there tonight. He's had the energy, almost grabbed the goal at the end. He might be a little bit disappointed. I'm sure he'll be having words with Rodriguez in the change room afterwards.
Here's Sepulveda. Now Frank DeRoma for Las Vegas. Johnny Rodriguez, who was injured most of the early part of the season and just his second start of the year, has the opening goal for Oakland Roots. It was a turnover won by Valfall and a quick pass right to Rodriguez, who scored past Rando after Traore's turnover. Gets that fine line, Andrew, for a defender. You want to be calm but not too calm, right? You want to be calm and not panicked, but not so casual with your touches and your decision making.
99% of being a defender's concentration. You have to be aware, you have to know where you are at all times, and especially in modern day football as a central defender, you have to be good on the ball. You probably I think central defenders make more passes than anyone else in the team nowadays. So you have to have concentration on the ball in those situations as well. And a couple of times you've seen Traore maybe lose that little bit of concentration. Obviously now the confidence is potentially going to be a little bit lower. I don't think it helps that he's left-footed playing on the right-hand side. It makes it a little bit more difficult. He has to come over onto his left side, and if he loses the ball in those situations, the attacker's going straight on goal. Whereas if he's kicking with his right foot, it's away from goal. So he's kind of a little bit exposed back there. But yeah, you're right. You need to concentrate at all times as a defender.
Max Ornstill, number 4, pushing forward there, is in kind of a holding role tonight. Looks a bit more advanced here in the second half. There he is turning. DeRoma did well. Wins it back for Las Vegas. Here comes Molina. Molina off to the right. Vasquez, good vision. Sepulveda. Yeboah. Weber on this left side for Las Vegas. Weber crossing, headed away. Clementa clears. Yeboah for Las Vegas. Excellent ball, just too far in front. Picked up Sepulveda. Sustained pressure from Las Vegas. Orange still heads away. Molina settles. Clementa on his back. Roberto Molina can't get past Clementa.
Good play from the Lights, constant pressure, wasn't it? A couple of good balls into the box, particularly Weber playing one in. Good, it was good defending from the Roots, but that's what you want to see from the Lights. It's the Lights to come back into the game. They need some sustained pressure and need to make one of these opportunities or crosses count.
You can see Weber there indicating to his teammates, let's pinch in here and keep them on this side of the field.
So you don't want them to get out like they have in this situation. You've got them under a little bit of pressure. You want to win the ball back. They've managed to do that and make a little bit of sustained pressure.
Yeboah. Avila. Sepulveda. Frank Jerome over Las Vegas Lights.
Forward pass there from Jerome. I'm not a big fan of straight passes into the midfield like that. I feel like you need to try and do them more diagonal, like the old triangles. When you play a straight pass like that, it's so easy for the defender, in this case Takahashi, to just come in from behind and put a foot in, and you see they lost possession. I want to see them do angles. Like that pass had a little bit of an angle on it.
Good turn from Vasquez, wide for Bruce Elmesmari. Elmesmari goes down, no foul, no contact. Elmesmari may have tried to sell it there on the edge of the box.
It's one of those where you're moving at pace and you knock it past the defender and you feel the contact, you're going down, however minimal it was. I don't think anyone really claimed for the free kick.
Couple changes forthcoming for Jordan Farrell and Oakland Roots at the next stoppage. Tarn Weir. Jose Hernandez as well. Elmesmari clips it in, chested down by Kai Green. Ball fall away. Enriquez settles, picks his head up, and will slow things down. Visore all the way back. Did you know the Castro Verde Law Group donated over 2,000 tickets to each Lights FC home game in June to frontline workers? Thank you to Castro Verde Law Group. Great move by them, allowing frontline workers to attend Lights FC games this year. Very good from Oakland here. Quality build-up. Diaz is joining, 3 in front of him. It's Diaz. Laid off. Enriquez. Draws 2, clips it back post. Overhead kick, settling touch. Past everybody. It was there again for Mumba at the back post.
It was acrobatic, wasn't it? In the box, I think it was Memo Diaz with the audacious attempt. It was a great ball. I tell you, we'll go see for this cross first. It was nice play, great delivery. I've mentioned some poor ones, and I think maybe he could have actually tried to head that ball if he'd taken a step back. It was a fantastic acrobatic effort, but got air shot in the end.
Enriquez from the corner for Oakland Roots. Rando Kane could not quite get there. Valfall was closest to it. Sliding touch. Yeboah. Oakland still in possession. Switch. Enriquez looks like a confident player right now, but he just lost it to Weber. Can Vegas break? Weber threads it. Vasquez runs onto it. Clemente clears it.
That's what you said on the transition there. That was an opportunity, wasn't it? Good ball from Weber. Decent run from Vasquez. Defended pretty well. I was just about to say after the last opportunity for Oakland, they play possession pretty well, don't they? They keep hold of it for large spells. And for a team that lost so many to start the season, it's actually quite surprising how good they are and how confident they are on the ball and playing in the way they do as a team. And again tonight, they've kept the ball for long spells, and the Lights at times have had to chase shadows.
Jose Hernandez and Tarn Weir will check in. Max Orenstiel goes off. A smile and a clap from the head coach, Jordan Farrell. Hernandez from Mexico City. Previous experience in the USL Championship with Oklahoma City Energy. Tarnweer is a homegrown player. He's from Oakland. Spent last season with Oakland Roots. It's the end of the line for a very dangerous player, Ariel Mumba, who departs.
Probably man of the match tonight, wasn't he? Mumba, definitely the man who made most opportunities. Probably should have got himself a goal with the opportunity in the second half, but he was a constant threat down the left-hand side. Pace and power.
Tarnweer in there after missing the last few games with a lower body injury. Area number 17. Daromiga dribbling, deflected entry pass. Corner kick coming to Las Vegas.
What's also a lower body injury? Is that a leg injury?
I think it's a non-specific injury where the club decides, hey, specifics. You don't have to be too specific. Lower extremity to be specific.
So an ankle.
Short corner. Clipped in, and it's headed off the bar. Second time off the woodwork tonight for Las Vegas Lights. Still alive and cleared.
I liked it. They've had many corners tonight. The Lights have not really capitalised from them, and this time they changed it up a little bit. And a nice shot to Elmas Mari, and this is a great little ball in with a bit of pace. I think it was Dylan Presto with the header off the woodwork, and there's a great header. It's unfortunate for the Lights not to go all square.
Dylan Presto, 16-year-old LAFC Academy player, would have been a second straight game with an Academy player scoring a goal. Christopher Jaime did it Sunday. Presto in his first start, his second appearance. That was close.
Oh, it was a lovely glancing header, wasn't it? Used the pace off the delivery from Elmas Mari, which was in the perfect spot. And the goalkeeper was stranded, wasn't he? It was a better opportunity than you felt at the time.
Good defending in the end from Kai Green. Got there just in time, crunching clearance. But better from Vegas. They're not going away quietly. They're pushing for this tying goal.
They've improved after the goal. There's been 10 minutes here where they've really put the pressure on Oakland, and they're definitely the more likely to score the next goal. They need to continue this pressure and keep showing this character.
Arizo's corner kick. Back post. Good backpedaling to recover from Taylor Bailey. Third start for Bailey. Starter in the 2020 NISA season for Oakland Roots. Used a few goalkeepers this year. Paul Blanchette started in the August victory for Oakland here in Las Vegas. De La Paz, the other goalkeeper. Great kick here for Oakland Roots. The difference in this game, a first goal for Johnny Rodriguez. His second start, sixth appearance after had a slow entry to the season due to injury.
They won't be in any rush to get up here, will they? This Roots team has a bit of swag about them. You can see why they went those 6 games without being beat. They're so calm when leading. We saw this the last time they played the Lights. As soon as they got ahead, they have smart, experienced players that can kill the momentum of a game. And what Rodriguez is doing here, take a couple of minutes off the clock, take your time, taking corners, free kicks.
Upcoming schedule for Las Vegas Lights FC. 2 on the road at Orange County and at Phoenix. 1 at home, San Diego on the 25th, and then off to Tacoma. Here we see Steve Cherundolo a chance to talk with his team, give some instruction.
They said keep passing the ball. The last 20 minutes they've been passing, moving, and they've been creating opportunities. They've been much better in possession, and the directness has been there, and definitely look capable of getting the equaliser in this game.
Jordan Farrell, technical director, interim head coach, now the head coach. Replaced Dario Pott in late April. Playing career at Cal State East Bay and a semi-pro career in Germany. Coached the Sacramento Republic Academy for a few assistant coach stops. He's done a good job, and the possession soccer we've seen from Oakland tonight Settling touch, Enriquez. Around Weber. Enriquez thought he was fouled. Referee had a good view of it. The possession soccer has really come a long way. They were here August 21st. A win, but not the same confidence and build-up on the ball as we've seen tonight.
No, there's been spells tonight. They haven't kept possession all game. They haven't been great flair, but there's been times where they've just been comfortable and they've been happy spreading the Vegas team out. The defenders like to get on it, and then quick passes. And they've looked like a experienced, grown team, haven't they? They've managed the place well. They know when to slow the game down. They know when to attack him with pace. And it's a team that, if they hadn't had the start, you'd be saying they'd be knocking on the door of the playoffs.
Brando off his line, good pressure that time. From the subsay Tarn Weir, it's a goal kick to Las Vegas. Immigration law can be complicated. That's why the experts at the Castro Verde Law Group are here to help you in both English and Spanish language. Call or visit anytime the Castro Verde Law Group. Traore out of the back, picks out Bruce Almasmari. Well defended by Kai Green, he's had a good shift. Yeboah, low center of gravity there from the youngster. Michael Yeboah, 20-year-old from Ghana. He's on loan from Accra Great Olympics. Accra, Ghana. Daroma. It's really good defending, sliding over to get there first for Memo Diaz. They've done a good job covering the wide areas tonight.
Yeah, defensively they've been sound, haven't they? The opportunity for Molina from 30 yards is probably the best that the lights have had. They've done in opportunity. They've struggled to break down this Oakland team. And yes, it's been a professional performance, as we mentioned a little bit earlier. Now just trying to get a few more fresher legs to see out the game.
Two changes, Joseph Restani and Akeem O'Connor Ward will check in. Soya Takahashi will depart.
Takahashi has impressed me again tonight. I think he's a pretty good player. He's good going forward, good defensively, very energetic.
Restani, who just entered, comes from Project 510, which is the academy for Oakland Roots. It's the first player from the development side of the first team. Joseph Restani, number 19 for Oakland. Played at St. Mary's College in the Bay Area. Weir's shot is past the far post. Rando may have had it covered. Restani on for Rodriguez, the other change moments ago from Jordan Farrell in Oakland.
Yeah, good opportunity from Weir, wasn't it? He had one thing on his mind once he'd knocked it past the defender. And Rando's done that a couple of times tonight. Just seeing the ball trickle past that left-hand post. But Oakland still looking a threat going forward.
5 minutes plus stoppage time to go for Las Vegas to find a tying goal. Nearly came from that man, Dylan Presto, 31, his first pro start from the 16-year-old out of the LAFC Academy. Visore. Across the back. Memo Diaz. Colorado Springs 2-0 over Real Monarchs.
This is what we mentioned here. They keep possession fantastically well.
Nice run. Rando recovers so well. Fast hand. Nearly there for the man off the bench, Joseph Restani.
Couldn't time it any better there, Rando, was it? It was last gasp goalkeeping, and he's kept his team in it. It was a fantastic save.
Laid off, Enriquez peeking. Laid off once more. Jose Hernandez. away from DeRoma at the end line. It's Hernandez. Low cross, nice work. Simple clearance from Traore right to Vasquez. Diaz has space. Enriquez wants it. He'll get it. Pull it back. Visori with the switch. Nice entry ball. Turn from Hernandez. Shot blocked.
From Hernandez. That was definitely off his own player there.
DeRoma takes the space. Bruce Elmasmari. Now it's Weber. Elmasmari might be tiring out there in the 89th minute.
Yeah, they've put a shift in, haven't they? The Lights have put a massive effort into that. The first half, defensive, they were fantastic. And in fact, the whole game they've done really well. They've competed. They've definitely ticked the box on competing and being physical. It's just that one mistake has really cost them any points from tonight if they don't get back into it.
Here's Vasquez, has Boa central. Low cross, dealt with well. Clemente was waiting for it. It's opened up now in the 89th minute. Hernandez with Enriquez. The difference in this one, Johnny Rodriguez's first goal of the season. Came in the 63rd minute. Turnover won by Fall. Fall with his first assist on the first goal for Johnny Rodriguez. Helped on by Sepulveda, picked up by Yeboah. 90th minute, Cashman Field in Las Vegas. Fall asking for the run. He'll push forward himself. Nice turn. This is Rastani into the box. Out comes Rando.
That's Paul telling his players, that's a leader right there, when you have the ability to run with the ball and tell you to shepherd your players into the right position. And it's been like that. There's a team of leaders out there for Oakland. They keep possession really well. They're all pretty comfortable on the ball without being flashy, without showing massive brilliance other than Mbumba. They've just been steady, haven't they? Kept the ball, and it's been like a grinded result for them.
Second half stoppage time. 4 minutes seems a bit short considering how long it took Johnny Rodriguez to go off the field a few minutes ago, plus all the changes and a goal.
Substitutions, I'm not sure how many substitutions there are. Normally it's 30 seconds apiece. And yeah, that doesn't seem like too much time.
Weber crossing, headed away. And the Rodriguez injury alone was at least 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeboah dancing on it. Fall stood in his way. Now it's Joseph Rastani, the homegrown player from Project 510. Rando, well read, clears it. Throw in to Oakland. Criminal charges can have drastically negative effects on your reputation. With so much at stake, call the Vegas Dream Team at De Castro Verde Law Group to provide the dedication and effective counsel you need. Memo Diaz in the book for Oakland. Mark Allerton, the referee tonight.
Not sure where that came from.
I think it's time wasting, and Hernandez will be shown it as well. I think they're on to Oakland right now, the game management. Molina turning. Diaz gets it back for Oakland. Hernandez recovered well. DeRoma comes in. Kai Green to the corner. Off Sepulveda, right to Enriquez. Traore still stuck with the play very well. Good team defending from Vegas there to help out Sepulveda.
Enriquez just looked like he was desperate to get back onto his right foot, wasn't he? He was headed onto his left with an opportunity. It just didn't seem like he had the confidence. The defenders did well to shepherd him back. They obviously knew he wanted to get onto his right. But it was an opportunity for the Roots if he was a little bit more direct and confident on the left-hand side.
Diaz. Avila. Oakland has a chance here. Will they go to the corner? It's a goal. Excellent work. That's Vasquez sprinting back to win it. Molina stays on his feet for Bruce Elmas-Mari. Las Vegas not quitting here in second half stoppage time. Bruce Elmas-Mari. Diaz does well to shoulder him off. Frustration foul for Elmas-Mari.
Yeah, it's still showing the character to go forward. Molina with a nice little ball for Elmas-Mari. I think his little tongue coming out there shows you how tired he is. He's put a lot of effort in tonight, as all the team is. It's a quick turnaround from a Sunday night game to tonight, and yeah, the good sign for the Lights is the effort has been there, the commitment's been there. They just haven't had the quality at times tonight.
Throw in for Las Vegas. Maybe one final chance for Las Vegas to push forward. Weber will get it in quickly. Traore. Sepulveda. Full time at Cashman Field. Oakland comes to Las Vegas. And for the second straight visit, the Roots come away with the victory. Johnny Rodriguez in the 63rd minute, assisted by Fall. And a smile between Steve Cherundolo and his opposite head coach Jordan Farrell. Oakland continues its fine run of form. Now 5 wins in its last 8 games. And our Lyona man of the match is Cal Jennings for his 61-minute shift.
Yeah, Cal put in a good effort against it. Was probably the most likely for the Lights to make something happen. Had some good opportunities going down the line and trying to get crosses. Didn't have that clear-cut opportunity that he would have liked. But overall, I think the Lights put in a lot of effort tonight. They just didn't have the quality in the final to get the go-ahead goal, and they came up against a Roots team that seems to know how to win right now.
Man of the match presented by Laborers International, the hardest working guys in Vegas. We'll take a break, we'll come back, we'll wrap it up. Full time from Cashman Field, Oakland Roots 1, Las Vegas nothing. Game-winning goal from Johnny Rodriguez, his first of the year.
Desert Radiology is the area's chief resource for the highest quality medical imaging and diagnostic care. We're proud to offer 11 conveniently located imaging centers across the valley. As a member of the community for over 50 years, Desert Radiology is proud to be the official imaging partner of the Las Vegas Lights. To learn more, visit desertrad.com. That's desertrad.com. Let's go Lights!
Yo sé que tú puedes.
Tú puedes hacerlo, yo creo en ti. Estoy tan orgulloso de ti. No estás solo, estoy aquí para ti. No te rindas. Deja de fumar y vapear, por favor.
Please.
Sigue intentándolo. Vale la pena. Eres la persona más fuerte que conozco.
Fuerte.
Yo te admiro. Yo te admiro.
Yo te admiro.
Eres mi modelo a seguir.
Deja de fumar y vapear hoy.
Hazlo por ti. Hazlo por ti. Hazlo por ti. Hazlo por ti. Hazlo por mí. Hazlo por mí.
Hazlo por mí.
Hazlo por nosotros.
Nuestros niños están mirando. Para obtener ayuda gratuita para dejar de fumar y vapear, llame a la línea de ayuda de Nevada al 1855 Déjelo Ya. Es el 1855 Déjelo Ya. 1855-335-3569. Por mí, por ti, por nosotros. Viva saludable.
Believe me, with a head as big as yours, there's nothing better than the Highlander. The Highlander will seat up to 8 people.
Ooh, John has Pete Cash's interest. He got him with the economic hybrid engine. Cash is low on cash, but thankfully, Sean has an attractive finance offer.
I'll do anything to sell you a car.
Kids on the field post-game after a Oakland Roots victory 1-0 over Las Vegas Lights FC. The third meeting of the season, Oakland has won twice in Las Vegas. Matt Peterson with former Houston Dynamo midfielder Andrew Driver. What'd you make of this one?
A bit of a disappointing night for the Lights. It was an even game, wasn't it? It was just one mistake from Traore that really cost the team, and Oakland come out and got a little bit of a smash and grab without playing fantastically well. They're going home with 3 points.
Now on the road for 4 of the next 5. Next home game for Vegas, September 25th. How should Steve Cherundolo and this team manage 4 or 5 away from home?
Well, it's going to be a tough stretch, isn't it? But I think they can take signs tonight where at least they competed. I think on Sunday night they got bullied a little bit in the second half. Tonight they competed for 90 minutes. They showed the effort and the will. Just didn't have the quality at times in the final third.
Now the full-time stats presented by Finlay Toyota. Very even at halftime. Let's see what happened in the second half, and still pretty even, 13-10 shots for Oakland.
Yeah, 13-10, and you see the possession from the Vegas Lights. They actually played particularly well for the last 20 minutes. They had waves of attack with a few crosses, just no real quality on the crosses, no real clear-cut opportunities. And the Roots at times had great possession themselves, and a few more opportunities, and it was really down to that little bit of a lax play from Traore that the Roots snatched the win.
Well, that will do it from here. Las Vegas, a 1-0 loss at home. Oakland continues its fine form, its 5th win in a span of 8 games. That was close for Molina. The youngster Dylan Presto also hit the post, but in the end, no goals for Las Vegas. For Andrew Driver and our entire crew, Matt Peterson saying good night. Full time, it's Oakland 1, Las Vegas nothing. And a smile between Steve Cherundolo.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.